Welcome to the Your Peak Life podcast. Let's conquer the summit of life and reach the apex of our potential.
Welcome back to another episode of Your Peak Life podcast. Today we have a special guest by the name of Jessica Lewis. She's actually done this before, but we lost her file, full disclosure. She kept asking, so we had to tell the truth.
We didn't lose it. It was corrupted. Let's just say that. So we'll use that word.
It was below company standard.
Boom. Yeah, I like that.
We didn't want to put out a bad product for you because you're such a high producer.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Welcome, Jess.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But
Thanks for having
seriously,
me.
tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to the crowd and we'll go from there.
Well, my name's Jessica. I just turned 30. I've been in real estate since 2018. I am an associate broker at Iron Valley Real Estate, and I love what I do.
And a team lead, right?
Team leader, yes, of the house to home team. Yep. I've been in real estate now just about 7 years and been really good at it by accident. I wanted to be a brain surgeon before this, so it literally was a complete 360.
Brain surgeon to real estate. Julian, I look at him. He's got questions.
So I was gonna say, all right, so you dropped what women usually don't do. You said your age. So at 23, you jumped into real estate. Mm-hmm. And what was the pivot from being a genius in the doctor world to being a genius in the real estate world?
Ooh, he called you a genius.
So I wouldn't say I'm a genius. I'm smart.
Just take the damn compliment
I
and go.
appreciate it. My husband was working in real estate as an inside sales agent. And one day I had just had my baby. She was maybe 6 months.
After 9 months.
6 months old, something like that. And he came home and he was like, Jessica, you need to get your real estate license. And I was like, what are you talking about? I had never even thought of this, but we had been in sales. I met him working in phone sales. And before that, I worked in phone sales. I did banking, and I was working at Wells Fargo at the time, and I hated my job.
What did you do there?
I was a banker.
Just a teller?
No, a banker.
Like an actual banker?
Yeah, an
at
actual
23
banker.
years old?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
I was a banker.
Genius.
And I hated it. I hated sitting behind a desk all day. My ADD just does not allow that.
Yeah, you like to run around and
I do. I like to be
go
in the streets. But basically,
business in the streets.
Yes.
Jeez Louise.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is going out to the
people.
public. Adam, cut that out.
So I was just like, okay. He was like, if these people can do it, you can do it.
I really appreciate that comment because I feel that way about everything in life. That's what happens. I take trips and I'm like, oh wow, we can do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
And then there it is.
So I literally I logged on to Mosley that day. I bought my class. I did my class in a week and a half online while taking care of Kendall. And I took my test and I was fully licensed within 30 days.
Nice.
Waited for my license to come in. Went to Miami to introduce everyone to the baby. And got back in September.
Work, huh?
And that those first 3 months, I think I sold 8 houses.
Nice.
Yeah, that's incredible. The average agent sells 4 houses a year. You did 8 in your first 3 months. That's pretty unusual.
It was.
Agreed.
It was
very Eric Edwards like, if I might. I was so angry, bro. Listen. Took me 9 months. You did 8 deals in 3.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
crazy. That's incredible to me.
But to me, and I just posted something
Just
on
kinda
Facebook
came
about
natural?
this. Yeah, it's 2 things. It's people, just talking to people and just being you, and then also I don't see real estate as a sales job. It's to me, everybody needs a house. So how am I going to help you get into it, right? So it's all about relationships, just like any other sales job.
100% agree.
But it's really customer service. Why should people come back to you?
Right.
Why should people use you?
Are you their trusted resource?
Technically, they could go. They could go with anybody. There's 9,000 of us in this area.
That's a fact.
So why me? Right. And so that's what I based my whole thing off of. I try to create a concierge experience.
An experience, yeah.
Yeah, because it's the experience that I feel it really sets you apart from everybody else.
I would agree 100%. So,
But you said that he was working, aka your husband,
Yeah.
was working in the inside sales in the real estate world.
Yeah,
Right?
at the time he was working for Chantel Ray.
Okay. So but you said he told you got to go get your license.
Yeah.
But what made you pivot from going to work on brains to work on homes?
So I love medicine, and honestly, in my spare time, like I read journal articles.
Okay.
I'm like a medicine nerd.
You love that, yeah.
Yeah, but it was more of like I realized like what real estate could do for me, like the quality of life that I could have as a real estate agent.
Absolutely.
Like I don't have to respond to anybody's schedule except my clients, right? But that's a mutual understanding. It's not like a boss telling you, "Hey, you have to show up."
you have a game plan with them.
Right. And I can talk to my clients are people, so they understand sometimes life happens. Like I don't get fired because I'm running late, like corporate America.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I just, the quality of life is so different. And, eventually my hope is to be able to incorporate, my ability to give back to the community medically, maybe in some way, but not make that my primary gig.
No, that makes perfect sense. So you made the transition 7 years ago, and you haven't looked back. Obviously, you haven't looked back, but you have made changes along the way, personally and in business, to elevate you to this next level.
Sure.
Now you've entered the ARP age. You're 30. Oh gosh, you're old now. But with
With
that,
your 30th was the
You just
dope
hit it
party,
with
by the way.
the AARP, bro. That's
Right.
crazy.
but now that you're in your senior age of living life, what has been the number one thing that has given the thank you to Jessica for, I'm so happy I made that choice.
Gosh.
And shout out to Antoine, by the way.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out for that
sure.
push, Antoine.
Facts. You coming to pickleball tonight?
Is there pickleball?
See, look,
Pickleball
ADD, they're
every
all-
night.
Oh, I'm down.
Yeah, ADD in effect.
Let me put the side note. Time out real quick. All right. Everyone in here is a pickleball fanatic, including me, but I had not played one game yet. But I
You're
have
not a
all the
fanatic if you
gear.
don't play.
I have all the gear. I have everything. All right. I even made sure that
Everything?
I have everything.
I went and
bro.
bought a backpack. I
even-
got my chairs.
I got a
my
portable
cover.
court. And I haven't even opened it yet. I'm not even joking, bro.
Bring it to my house.
Doug, I have everything.
You know how big my driveway is?
Okay.
Let's set it up. You got the portable joint?
time
Let's
in.
get it.
All right, I just want to put that out there. So no more pickleball talk right now. This is about Jessica and her number one thing that she's just super stoked that she made that choice on.
Honestly, the number one thing that I am happy I made that choice for, I guess, is just like the ability to elevate in such a short amount of time.
Right.
I could not even imagine my life where it is right now 7 years ago. Like, even when I got into real estate, I don't think I really understood
The power. There's power.
the power of real estate. Like, and our family has a love-hate relationship with real estate sometimes. Like, because, you always get those calls at 7:00, like when your family's around the dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's either not an emergency or it's an absolute emergency. And so like, and me, I'm one that I like to please my clients. I like to make them happy. And so I want to be available. And so that's like the hardest part, but at the same time, it's so rewarding. And I really feel like I can change people's lives through real estate. And that feeling like at closing day, when you just see how happy, like you've made somebody else, like that really, really makes a difference in my life every day. Like it gives me purpose, I feel like. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
You use the word rewarding that a lot of people don't really utilize that much, at least in this industry, because realistically, it's a good feeling when you're just paying it forward.
Yeah.
And I've seen these videos all the time. You do right by your client. When your client wins, by default, you win.
Yeah.
AKA, it's rewarding to you for
Yeah.
doing all that hard work to get them to that point, and
Right.
they appreciate the hell out of
Yeah.
that. That's huge.
The internal bank account, not the physical bank account. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Yeah, because I mean, there's only so much money that you need or
Money
use-
only matters
and-
like until you have it, right?
right,
So,
exactly. And then at a certain point, you're like, okay, what do I do with this? And
Yeah.
like money isn't really what motivates me in real estate anymore. It's so many other things, like what I had just talked about,
Or
like
your team.
Yeah, like my team, like seeing them elevate,
Yeah.
seeing what I can do for my family, like watching my kids be able to participate in things that.
Didn't you just go on a trip too? You were just in
Which
LA,
one?
right? Exactly.
Which
Well,
one?
Just
I
to
love
my
it.
point, right? Like that's
you guys
like
were, San Diego, right? Or
No, we
something?
were in LA. We were
that's
there for
Edgar's
9
stomping grounds,
days.
yo. Be careful.
Yep, be careful.
Yes.
Thought you guys went.
He got people out there.
Call him next time you're in town.
I know. And well, Antoine's from LA.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
dope.
And so we were there
Lakers
for
game? Anyone?
9 days. We loved it. We went to a couple Dodgers game. Like it's those experiences. Like I wouldn't have
Facts.
be able to I wouldn't have been able to participate in
Right.
without real estate. Real estate is my baby. My business is my baby. I very much enjoy it, and I really like, helping people.
Well, let's talk about your business for just a second,
Cool.
if I can. I recently started coaching people. You made a decision to hire me. I kind of want to talk about how that's gone for you so
Yeah.
far. What's become different about your business since we started talking once or twice a week?
Well, number one, like the accountability. Like I have homework due tomorrow morning that I'm halfway through, so I have to finish that today.
And you already know I'm on it first thing. So
Mike is tough. And, I don't get intimidated by a lot of people. And so I felt like I needed someone who could at least, like, I couldn't push over.
yeah.
And so Mike
sure.
definitely is that person. I have a very strong personality. And so I feel like I can run over or like,
Yeah, I'm gonna
run-
talk shit to you. It's not gonna
exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
if
But I think it's important that you have to respect that person enough to
Of
allow it to
course.
happen, right? So
always. And how am I supposed to get better if I'm not in the room with people that I can allow to push me? Like,
Yep.
yeah, for sure.
like I want to hear it.
Which
like,
is not what I'm doing. But
no,
you know,
no, but I want, I want to hear it. Like
but there's structure, right? You know,
Right,
there's just missing pieces
100%.
that you don't know.
and like things that I feel like sometimes like you do know, but
Just
like
don't do
hearing
them.
it for
Back to the
somebody else
basics.
and the accountability aspect, like people don't realize like
Simple stuff.
I
man.
can hold other people accountable, but like who am I gonna be held to a standard by? Like every person needs a coach.
All day.
Just like every person needs a therapist. Like we all need someone to be able to guide us because there's other people that have either been in the game longer or know more or and you have to be open to criticism. Like you cannot succeed in any sort of industry, anything in life without being able to take criticism or direction from someone else.
100%.
Like, period.
So that's all it really boils down to is it wasn't like say the coaching piece. A lot of people get intimidated by that or don't want to pay for it or whatever. The fact of the matter is we have built a very successful brokerage here and there's leadership here that are super qualified to teach other people how to do what we do.
Exactly.
This company started from a team that Eric and I ran. Edgar and Edwin both ran teams at a high level before they were owners. Like if you are a team lead and you have any kind of struggle, it's just intelligent to invest to close that gap, man. Like if you know somebody who's ran a team or been a broker, a managing broker, a top producer, a principal broker, whatever, like why wouldn't you go to them for knowledge?
And I mean, I was a principal broker.
Yeah,
I left
that's
my
also-
firm
yeah, that's
to come
fair.
here because I knew like
We met before that though. A couple
Right,
years
we
before
did,
that,
we
we did an
did.
interview.
Yeah. Oh,
So
really?
yeah, long game, baby. I've been doing this for since day one. You know what I mean? Like
Man,
she
I
was a
met you
3-year
years-
play. Went
Yeah.
to EXP and opened her own, and then came back, and but that's why I kind of brought it up because it's a little bit of full circle. But
Right.
also when we started talking, it was just simple structure.
Yeah.
She has the leads. She knows how to
Right.
close them. But it's about getting other people to close them.
right
And all you have to do is implement controls, set the standard, meet the standard, raise
and
the
be
standard.
able to release certain tasks like
Delegation.
right.
Absolutely.
That for me that
And I'm
has
sure
always
Antoine
been-
probably harps on you about that, I would imagine.
Oh my gosh.
Because his mind frame is very much like mine.
Yeah.
I can tell. And it's like, well, if you have a team, they should be doing these certain things. And if you have a TC, they should be doing these certain things.
Right.
And if he's taking care of the cleaning business or whatever else, he should be doing that, not
And when you have
someone
a
else,
team,
like-
not being scared to hurt people's feelings. Like,
Facts.
I'm sorry. Like, and
Oh,
just
hurting
like I
peop-
had a conversation with my team recently, I was like, hey, for me to be able to coach y'all properly,
Mm-hmm.
like, I need to be hard on you. And so moving forward, these are my expectations
Yes.
and I'm going to hold you to them, period. And if I don't, I'm not doing my job.
Yeah, we started
So-
with that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mike,
Mission, vision, standards,
favorite basketball player of all time?
Oh gosh.
That's so hard
right,
right
let me
now.
Don't make the wrong
let me
decision.
Michael Jordan.
So, sorry. Let's just
Oh,
say
that was so hard
Let's
for
just
me.
say it was LeBron James. LeBron James and Michael
Oh, man.
Jordan
I
both
love
have coaches.
LeBron too.
They both had coaches.
Yeah.
Mike, you have a coach.
I have 2 coaches.
Everyone needs a coach. To you, what you're saying, to your point,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. We can only get better to the next level. I'm
You're
not leaving
coached
you.
by proxy, bro. You're within
You
12
have a
feet
coach
of
too.
I get held accountable.
I have. Thank you for saying that, because at the end of the day, it's somebody to hold you accountable. Again, circling back to what you're saying, you have a squad, you have a good team, and you're that person they look to. But who do you look to?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and everyone needs that guidance. I don't give a shit if you're Tom Brady and won 7 rings. He had
Facts.
He had coaches all
And
day.
it's just important that it's somebody that's been where you're trying to go.
But I think it's also, you have to take this as a sign of respect too, because you have to respect that person.
Yes,
If you want to
100%.
be led by that person, you have to have respect for that person in some way.
On my end, honestly, I don't get moved by money at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I really got to believe in something.
Right.
And like there's a purpose there. And like tasks and all that stuff get put out, and it's like I take them on.
Yeah. You know,
And it's on me.
but Edgar also will attach himself to the person or the things that he wants to move forward on, right? Like he told me when he first got into ownership, he's like, I came here because I want to do what you guys are doing. I sat back, I learned, I observed, and I made a decision. So
yeah, that's also true. I believe in this. This is what I'm gonna go with.
Right. So for him, I mean, you don't necessarily need to hire a coach. You could seek out that mentor that will provide what you could potentially
It's all
find in a
about what
coach.
room you're sitting in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
get in the
All
room.
about the room.
I wanted to do different things, and I went and thought bigger, and now I have a coaching program, right?
Yeah.
Like whatever. But
And you don't know, not everyone knows everything. Like people have to get out of that mindset of feeling like they know everything.
Yeah.
You don't.
No.
Like there's nobody in this world that knows everything. So ideas and businesses are created when people are in a room together, because that's how you come up with it.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you this: at a certain point, you said, "I need help.
Right.
I'm
of
gonna
course.
seek this guidance." What was that turning point?
You know what?
Or what
I
was
just
that?
felt like I could be doing better and I could be doing more. I felt like, I don't know. I just felt like I've been at the last 2 years, even though it's still been like successful, right?
Right.
I just felt like I was at this like standstill, and I know what I'm capable of, and I know, and I am smart,
it's
and
just
I
missing
know
structure, man.
Yeah, I know I could be doing better. Like there's always the ability to do more.
Yeah.
And you know, a balance of that is also learning like to live simpler. Like I've been trying to make sure I spend more time with my family, but how am I going to do that without having the proper systems and being able to delegate? Like it's not possible.
Right.
So
Right. Getting your time back. It's very important.
yeah, I want to be able to do more than what I'm doing with less time involved. And that's the only way to do that is to be taught that, because I don't know all the answers. So
Yeah, because I was hanging out with your daughter, right? She was up there for the Polyfest, which was great because I saw her having so much fun.
yeah.
Like I literally just give her my money.
We
Like,
had a
here,
great
just
group
go.
there, man. That was fun.
But those are the things that like are ingrained. They're for the rest of the life, rest of your life. There's no monetary thing to enjoy that day
Yeah.
with your family.
No, totally. Like, and that's something that she won't forget.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
she was in love with that. She had so much fun. And there's just so much so many cool activities that you can do in Virginia Beach, and you can see DJ Julian Rivera.
Facts.
He's
Where you
out
at this
there
weekend,
in the
bro?
streets.
Bro, I got an event tomorrow with the city from 1 to 6 at the 8th Street Boardwalk, and then I transition over to Ocean House from 7 to 11, and then I fly to London on Sunday, and I come back on Friday, go right
He's
to
a Swiftie.
Go right back to the. Yeah, I'm taking my wife to go see Taylor Swift in London. That was
That's dope.
That was that's
Congrats to her or you.
It was to her. It was,
Oh,
it was
okay,
a present for her. I bought
Yeah,
a
we're
long
good
time
now.
ago.
We're good now. We're
But
good
then
now.
we come back, and then we get to go to the Pitbull T-Pain concert, and then that Saturday I have the Adults Night at Ocean Breeze, and then I get to go to Missouri to Veterans United headquarters with the freaking ownership group. Like that's my next 12 days.
That sounds like
But
your peak life.
I wouldn't
Damn.
have done that if I wasn't in the room.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like all of that is part of the plan now. And to your point, you had a bunch of pivotal ways that were segueing to where you're at in the past 7 years of being in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong here. It sounds like one of the ones that you were trying to get your time back and trying to develop the next level of Jessica is when you started your team,
Right.
right?
And the biggest thing that I can say and this kind of goes back to like being in the room, is also you never know who you're in the room with. Yeah. Like there's so many times that I've
That's a good
met
one.
a client, like for the first time, internet lead, like spoken to this client.
Yeah.
And some of those clients now like are almost like best friends. Like,
Right.
and we have a business relationship where, you know, they're either investors and we've
They
been
were at your
working
birthday
together.
party. I saw that.
Yeah, I had a few there. So, you know, you don't know who you're in the room with. So the most important thing that I can say, like advice on how to succeed, is treat everyone with the utmost client respect and the utmost customer service, because you just don't know who you're talking to.
Right. I mean,
That's so important. Man.
We've all
I
had
mean,
limiting
I'm
beliefs.
like speechless now because
in
she's
some way.
right.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
So
Mic drop.
because the biggest problem that I've witnessed with agents in the industry is, especially with internet leads, you'll get an internet lead, it'll be like 100,000. With me, some agents are like, no, I don't want to work that. You know, I don't know if that's worth my time. I will show up to even to this day, 100,000, 1 million, and you will get the same experience with me.
Right.
Period.
As long as you've signed a buyer broker agreement
Exactly.
in accordance with the new laws effective August 17th. Shameless plug. We've been training for 10 months and they're acting like it's new.
There's nothing that's changing. Zero. This is all the same disclosures and things you should have been talking to your clients 2 years ago.
100%.
Since you got in the
Thank
game.
you.
Right. So
How many
there's
houses do
literally,
you sell a year, just so they know you're not the average for a year person?
like 75.
And we're
personally.
probably going to hit 100 next year.
Yeah,
That's what we're
that's
going
the
to
goal.
do. We already tightened some things up. Listen,
Nice.
I'm excited to watch everything happen. Just talk about that a little bit. You implemented some standards. You're seeing results already. So
Yeah.
what's your peak life looking like right now?
You mean like where I want to go?
Absolutely.
My gosh. To be honest with you, I have learned that life can change so quickly. And so like, I'm really happy, and I can say this for once, with where I'm at. Like, I want to go and I want to grow. I want to be able to grow my retirement plan. I want to be able to grow for my kids. But in regards to my life right now, like I'm actually happy. I'm thrilled. Everything is going well. I feel like I'm mentally good. I feel like I'm
Good.
like I've lost a lot of weight recently. I feel like I'm physically
Shout
doing
out
well.
pickleball. No.
Shout out
And
pickleball,
soccer.
soccer. I play soccer like
yeah.
on
Nice.
4 or 5 different
Soccer's
teams.
crazy. Yeah,
so.
that's a
4 or
crazy
5
work.
different teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
when-
like I'm in a
listen.
soccer
You
tournament.
remember that ADD you were talking
That's
about?
exactly what I was getting
No,
at.
no, hold on. The first day she comes out to play pickleball, all I see is Jessica's head go. I was like, damn, she's got some energy. She's like, oh, I also play soccer. Like
Yeah, I got a
5 days
game
week,
tonight, actually.
8 different teams.
This is my warm up for my game. Like,
No, but like I'm gonna be playing in August 1st, not August 1st, excuse me, August 30th, September 1st, in the International Super Cup at the HRSC.
Where's that at?
It's right near Princess Anne.
Oh, here,
Okay,
locally.
Yeah,
so
so
you
I'm
should put
sponsoring
that
a
in
team.
the company group, so we can get
Yes.
like a squad out there, spectators.
Yeah, so
their
I have
face.
a team that I put together.
Nice.
I'm the little captain, and
You're
we
the captain?
won last
No
year.
way.
Yes.
Nice.
Of course you're the
Nice.
leader.
Yeah,
I love
Nice.
it.
Won last
love
year,
it.
but this year we're really gonna come out and
Co-ed?
kick butt. No, this is all women.
Oh, cool.
So I play women co-ed,
Yeah.
all women. I play indoor and I play co-ed outdoor.
And you sell 75 houses a year.
And comes out
And I
to
have
play
4
pickleball.
kids.
And plays and
Yeah,
married.
bro. No,
Yeah.
she has like 3 other businesses too.
And travel, X amount of months out of the year. Like, come on now.
That's why I
I
get
love
so
it.
frustrated when people are like, I don't have time, or
So
I'm tired.
Right.
Really? Don't tell me that.
yeah, or go ahead and be tired. I'm gonna go do this over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Because something that I had to learn, being somebody who's just super OD, and people probably don't know that because they don't see the back end, like 4 to 6 a.m. type of. I'm in the Norfolk chat. I'm in the executive chat. I'm sending emails. Like, I'm probably clinically insane.
I would agree.
But you just, I don't know. You can't expect yourself from other people.
100%.
That's the hardest lesson that I have learned in every major leadership position I've been in, which at this point, that's a long tenure. I don't really think about it like that, but from the Navy to now, I've been in charge of a lot of people for a long time. And when I stopped putting my expectations on them and started realizing like they'll either meet their potential or they won't, that was my biggest probably growth moment in all of it. So that would be some advice that I would give anybody is some people just aren't cut out. You know what I mean? They're just not meant to do what we do, and that's okay. It's not, there's no shade on nobody, but this isn't some simple shit that just happens overnight.
Right.
And honestly, my biggest growth, and I don't know if you guys know anything about me, but like I suffered from really bad anxiety. Like to the point, like if you knew me 10 years ago, like I could not leave my house sometimes.
Oh, wow.
Like real bad. And so, you know, it's all about being persistent, and everything's a battle. You just got to figure out how to win the game.
Yeah, it's how you respond.
And so like just whether it's real estate or whatever business you're in, just like being able to like buckle down and realize that there's going to be bumps. There's going to be times where maybe you can't sell a house. And we all go through it. And, you know, it's hard for people to understand, like, because I'm selling 75 houses a year.
Yeah, you probably wrote
but it's at a different level, right?
contracts.
Like for me, maybe there's a month where I only sell 2 or 3. And to me, that's not 2 or 3 houses in a month is
bad.
I
It's
failed.
a bad month.
Like
Right.
that is bad.
Right.
And so whereas another agent, they're looking at me like, girl, what are you complaining about? And I'm like, okay, you don't understand. It's like just being able to realize like, where did I mess up this month? Like being able to reflect on what I could have done better and holding myself accountable. Like writing down your goals, understanding what you should be doing, keeping to your daily schedule. Like these are the basics.
Yep.
So everybody needs to go back to the basics, whether you're selling 100 houses or 2.
I would agree.
I thought she was gonna go like over the mic. I was watching it like
She was getting into our face.
She
That's
was.
what
I was
passion
like,
is.
I'm not gonna
Passionate.
interrupt
That's the
her.
Hispanic and
I'm
like
guana.
passion.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what happens.
So
So wait, so you started your team at what year? Because
Well, that's the thing. She was a principal broker
right.
when she came here, and she
Well-
broke down to a team to be
no, I
to be
was
technical.
a team, and
And
then
then
I
they
went
went
to
right.
principal broker, and then I went back to a team.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I met you. I
God.
met her when she was at EXP. That's the thing.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
how I knew, and I knew
I
you as a
started-
team. Then.
She interviewed here right before they went there.
Got you.
Yes, I started my team at World Class, and that was back in the beginning of COVID. I
So
think it was
21.
2020, 2021,
Okay.
somewhere
So
back
about
there.
3-4 years.
So you've had a team
halfway
for a
through the
few
game.
years.
Yeah.
And what was your
and
reason?
I failed and started over, and I feel like I'm at a much better
Hold on.
place now.
You didn't fail. Fail stands for first attempt in learning. You learned what not
Exactly.
to do, and then you remixed it to make it work for you better.
Exactly. Yes.
Right.
And now we're gonna.
And now I kudos to my team. I have 3 people on my team that honestly have stuck with me for a while. Shout out.
You had a heavy meeting the other day, right?
I did, but they've always trusted me.
Good.
They've been with me from my brokerage all the way to coming to Iron Valley,
Yeah.
and they've stuck by my side. So I really respect them and appreciate them for that and for dealing with me because I'm crazy too.
What's
it's
their
all right.
feedback been for you guys since the move?
They love it. They love the energy here. They love the training. The training's fantastic. And, being able to do trainings with multiple people that can give you multiple different views and opinions and insights, like that's one of the biggest things, the masterminding, the networking. Like
Yeah.
you can't get that like you get that here. I don't think anywhere else in Hampton Roads. So I'm very happy, and so is the team.
Good. Good.
And you know what I noticed also? Usually you guys have trainings, I believe today, right? Like either in the morning or after.
Wednesdays.
Is it Wednesdays, trainings?
Yeah. But today, and I switched it per Coach Michael Little.
Oh wow!
I
Yeah,
switched
I
it.
hadn't heard that said.
Oh,
Coach
shit.
Michael Little.
So thank you.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Nice.
Per Coach Michael Little. My team is now, as a team, required to attend Friday contract training.
I agree.
every
That's a
week.
great one.
Right?
So,
Or what?
Little tweaks.
I
little
mean,
tweaks.
if trainings aren't attended and calls aren't made, you're not on lead rotation.
Look at that. There's
There
a
you go.
consequence. No consequence, no change.
It's a standard.
Yeah, she.
yeah.
But see, here's the thing: is like she gets a different person on Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
She
Totally.
pays for the access to the brain that everybody gets little snippets of. Like I still actively sell real estate too,
Mm-hmm.
so we're talking about what's actually happening.
So are you guys going to be a team tomorrow morning?
Who?
At pickleball?
It all comes back to pickleball, people. Have you
Yeah, we
realized
could
this?
do our meeting at pickleball if we play
Absolutely.
together. That's
Absolutely.
that's that's
So,
efficiency, bro.
It was the other morning. She's like, shit, I got the appointment. She's like, I gotta hurry up and do this game. I was like, he's gonna be here too. You might as well just have it in person.
Facts.
Yeah.
I did
That
3
is
calls
actually
in
a
my
great
car
idea.
and then came and
Saturday
played.
mornings,
That is funny.
we can both go to
But it's
pickleball.
dedication, bro. Like
Right.
you know, like
And still have our
I could do
coaching.
multiple things at the same time. I do it all day, every day. I just came here from final walkthrough. You know, right
Yeah.
before that we were doing training. Right before that it's something else. But what we always like to do also is give you an opportunity to ask any of us a question that you may have.
Well, I know DJ Julian Rivera made his way over to Iron Valley from EXP. So how are you liking it, sir?
I mean, that's like a no-brainer, right? So I say this almost verbatim the same way when someone asks me that question, because in this scenario, we came from the same place, right? I had 0 rocks in my shoe. I want to be very clear about that. But my move wasn't to be an agent to an agent move, which most people's moves are. This was more of a strategic play on what's the next level for Julian Rivera, because I hit my goals in real estate every year, and I hit it every year doing what I want to do. Last year was a crazy year for me personally overall, but it was the best year in business I ever had. So I guess how I react to things and what I learned about myself in 2023 is when shit gets tough, I just work harder.
Yep.
And I don't care. And that scenario was only on the personal world, so I can't say about anything else, but that's what I learned about myself last year. But that thought process already entered my brain a year ago prior to everything happening. So it just, where was I going to go? That wasn't clear. But game recognized game. When you start paying attention to certain people, when you start looking and you start seeing, all right, what's the next level? This one made sense. This was on the list. There was a list of people that I was speaking to, but it wasn't about, no offense, it was not about Iron Valley. It was about the people that I was going to get in business with.
Sure.
Of course,
be very,
as
very
any
clear.
company should be.
Correct.
As any company should be.
It just happened to be Iron Valley, right? That's exactly what it was. I need to, if I'm going to level up, I need to be around people that are already leveling up and going at a faster pace. And I like playing keep up. I don't want to be at number 1 where I'm at all the time. I don't need that, yo. It was cool. Don't get me wrong. I like it, but it's not where I need to go. I just turned 40.
Yeah.
So I know I look good, right? But I just turned 40.
Dude, you look great.
But and that was another thing too that was huge for me. I think it was just timing, business, personal, and then the next chapter. I did this when I was 29. I entered my 30s like a shotgun because I wanted to see what was going to work. This business, I'm going to do all this. But at 39, I'm like, I'm entering my 40s like a sniper. I know what I want. I just need to know where I'm going to be.
Look at that. I love
So
that quote.
it was, to be fair, I really feel it was exactly the age, what was happening to me doing what the hell I said I was going to do in real estate, and now what's next. And then when we just met, they were in the right place at the right time. It made sense. But now I'm in the right place at the right time because the expansion and the growth of the like-mindedness is contagious.
Before we did this show, I was just talking to him about, will you come DJ like a conference with some big names, right? Like it's that you're talking about. It's not
That's the
just
stuff.
selling a house. It's,
No.
Now you own a franchise.
Those are the things that people don't know about
now,
what's happening.
Yeah, now I'm
either.
going to get in a room with all of these big names, influencers, you know, speakers, authors, what most would consider celebrities that I just consider regular people, man. Like people just see them on the internet, but all of these people have families.
Yeah.
They want to build relationships. They run successful companies. Like they're all over the country and the world.
And people, here's the thing: people don't care how much you sold. People care about how are you going to impact everybody.
Yep.
How are you going to impact other people's lives? Like how can you make a stamp on this world, because eventually you're going to be gone.
Facts.
So what legacy are you going to leave?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's like super big picture, but
So my kids range from 3 to 20. Okay, I know I look good, but it was so 2019, 16, 8, and 3, right?
Yeah.
So now that my oldest 2 are boys, I'm like, you have to see that you can do whatever the hell you want to. My oldest is in the Navy. All right, stationed here at Naval Station Norfolk. And then my second oldest, Jadelle, is working in construction and wants to start flipping houses and stuff. So they've seen me level up in the DJ world, and that's not going to stop. But I decided to make a pivot a few years ago, and I don't just make pivots. I'm loyal to a fault, but when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Whether it takes a long time or a short, but I'm going to do it. Like you're going to do it, and you're going to see it through, and you're going to learn. Fail forward, right? So I wanted to make this choice, not just for me, but just so the fam can see that, look, we can do what we say we're going to do. Just don't be afraid of hard work. Don't be afraid of the work that's ahead of you.
And don't be afraid for things not to go right the first time.
You most likely won't. But are you scared to make a mistake? No, because you fail forward. You continuously learn as you go forward because no one loses. You just learn.
Michael Jordan didn't make his high school basketball team.
It's a fact.
I mean, he also didn't lose a championship game, but that's a different story.
But he also didn't get to one the entire 80s.
Boom.
Yep.
That's
The
what
Celtics, the Lakers, and the bad boy Pistons whooped his ass for
they
a
did.
decade.
They did.
And
So,
the Lakers are still whooping
I
butt.
say he's my favorite player of all time because I was alive and physically watching him win all
Right.
those championships when I was a kid, and I played basketball. It was my primary sport. So, but I'm from Ohio. LeBron James was from Ohio, and if you look at
Yeah.
what he just did in the Olympics,
Dude.
I don't really want to hear about, oh, how'd they give him the MVP? Like, you obviously don't read stats
Yeah,
properly.
no.
Right. He showed up
So-
every game.
so-
And
Like,
especially
it's
for
just
his age. Oh
to
my
see what he's doing now, and now we have an opportunity to take maybe an Antoine and an Edgar and our families and go see LeBron and his son play together. I think that would be like an epic
That's
couples
huge.
trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to go do that because that's what we're all about. Like, I made a post the other day, like, my book, the coolest thing that ever happened was that message my son sent me. I'm
Right.
like, that's the stuff that matters. That's why I respect LeBron. But if we're talking about a pure killer, MJ all day. You know what I mean?
and they're
But
both goats in their own right.
It-
You know
there
what I
you
mean?
go.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
There you
it's-
go.
Absolutely.
it's
I don't know
true.
how we got back to that, but it kind of fit the moment.
Right.
Totally.
But did that answer your question?
Absolutely.
All right. Now ask them a question.
Okay, this one's for you, Mike.
Yep.
What is your goal? Like, what do you want to achieve before you retire?
I want to have a New York Times and/or Wall Street Journal bestseller. I want to be regarded as one of the top speakers on the planet, and Iron Valley will not stop until we're number one.
Edgar, your turn. That was easy.
Okay, Edgar,
He said that before.
Same
That's why.
question.
It's on his vision board.
what is on your vision board? I like that.
Honestly, it's just my wife.
Oh,
Shout out, Cookie.
out to Margarita.
No, I think definitely bringing Iron Valley number one. That for sure. And we're definitely different. That's what I love. But everybody knows this. It's just me and the wifey.
Yeah,
End
you
of
guys
day.
are so cute.
Yeah, we might not even be in this country. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, no,
my shit's simple.
And that's kind of like, I used to want like all these things, right? But things I've realized as I've gotten older, just like things don't cut it.
No,
Yeah.
they don't.
Things are just things.
So if you notice, like everything that I said, all of those things have far-reaching impact.
Sure.
People can pick my book up after I die, right? My favorite speaker and author, Jim Rohn, I just bought 5 of his books. He's not here, right? But I still watch his reels every day.
I watch
I
his
still
YouTube, yeah.
read his material, right? If I'm speaking on a stage in front of thousands of people, I'm not there to sell a house. Like that's where my craft is different. My side over there isn't for me to go be salesy or sell peak performance or what have you. It's to tell my story and impact people like me because I'm like, dude, I can do anything, man. Like I'm at a point in life where I don't question whether or not I can accomplish something, you know?
Right.
And I think it's important that other people like me, especially, or from what I come from, get that instilled in them from somebody who's been there, done that, and is really doing something with their life.
And has overcome.
You know, and I feel like I'm that guy. But that's impact. That's why, like, you know, LJ's, they're the team, Hunt for Home's team, the little slogan he uses, and I know he'll say this openly, that came from the luxury line stuff that he and I like originally put together that I didn't launch. But it's, we don't just sell houses, we change lives.
Right.
Yeah.
I really believe that. So when I ask you to come, you know, DJ a conference and I tell you that we're doing, we act like the actual goal is to amplify veterans and to do fundraising for veterans and give them veteran education, it's different. It's impact. It's not like, I don't need to put on a conference to sell real estate. We're doing 10, 15 deals a day. That's not the point no more. What can we do to give back? How can we help people like us? What can we do to catapult to, like, I want to lead in humanity, not just in houses. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Totally.
that's easy.
I'm going to disappear from humanity.
But our kids are watching us, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, that's also something that my son amplified with that shit the other day. I was like, wow, I forgot how powerful that could be.
Yeah.
You know, just that moment. But think about, we got a speaking engagement, and then we start having people from the company come to them. Maybe somebody else in the company is the next author or the next speaker or someone willing to tell their story.
Yeah.
What if somebody working here right now has a story that we don't even know?
I can almost guarantee
The only difference between me and other people is that I'm willing to tell it.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. Mine is a little wild, but that doesn't mean that people don't have stories.
Right.
Those of the people that are out there writing books and speaking and getting paid to do so, they're just willing and able to tell the story. That's it. And they document it well.
And I have a crazy story, but people are so like things are so stigmatized that people are scared. Like
Absolutely.
But people don't and I tell my story all the time to people, and people ask me, Jessica, why are you so open? Like why
not?
Why are you divulging all that like sensitive
Why are you so
stuff?
closed off?
And it's like, how many people could I help by just telling my story? Like how many people can hear somebody coming from a similar situation and understand that there's life after that? Like there's life after things aren't so good.
Or there's answers to every problem you have.
Exactly. And sometimes it's just seeking help and being able to say, hey, I need to change something. So
Absolutely.
I'm old enough now to realize, and I think, fellas, you have to say yes, that women are smarter than men. And the older that I get, I realize that, especially every time I talk to my wife, that our wives are smarter than us, right? We have to give the credit where credit's due.
Okay, now that changes.
So I say this because
I can't agree.
you've grown.
I'll say it openly.
Here we go. Let me rephrase my statement. Women mature faster than men do, in my personal opinion.
I would say that's a fair statement.
That's what I really meant by that.
I
liked the first statement.
I'm pretty sure that's backed by science as well. So
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So let me retract. I'll disregard that past 30 seconds. We'll start again. Women mature faster than men. More so, I'm talking about
You heard it
being
here
smarter
first.
and just getting experiences and realizing. Hence why at 30, you're over the things. You're worrying about more experiences and how you can leave something behind. That's where I was segueing to. So now you're doing your experiences by being able to go and travel and do this, but still building and still impacting on that.
Sure.
How do you continue to do that for your next chapter, the next 10 years? Because you just entered your 30s.
Besides real estate, like I said, my other passion is like, medicine. So I really want to somehow like create some sort of nonprofit related to mental health. That's my long-term like impact goal.
Okay.
So that's something that's like in my 5-year plan.
love it.
And mental health, especially in a military community, like I feel like there's just
of the line.
not enough access to that
Agreed.
in our area.
Absolutely.
And that's something that's definitely lacking. So,
Agreed.
Yeah, it's not a secret. The VA kind of has failed on that part.
my God.
Yeah.
That's just one of many that have failed in that part, in personal
Yeah.
opinion.
Well,
Yeah.
all we can do now is what we can do to change it, right? So
Try to help.
that's goes right back to, hey, can you DJ this conference? Hey, now you're a team lead. Do you guys want to come sponsor this thing and offer
Right.
your services? You got a cleaning company. You got like, my brain goes there because we all have so many things that we could put together that
Sure.
nobody's putting together. That's like what I want to do now.
Network.
Yeah.
And by the way,
And a car show.
I didn't know you had a
outside
cleaning
Oh
company.
yeah, car
Before
show.
you walk in.
I need to know that now.
I forgot.
Or now I know. So
Car show.
www.speckandspotcleaning.com.
January.
now I know.
Oh, yeah, we could do that too. We could bring.
We got
Have their own
parking lot
conversation
of-
now.
I
We'll
know.
just
Oh
keep
my
going.
goodness.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for inviting me.
Yeah,
Back.
absolutely.
Thank you for coming back
Yes.
Yeah,
again.
thanks for coming.
Yes, a whole nother conversation.
However-
I love it.
Go home and get that homework done because we talking it early on a Saturday.
It's 2:11. Yes, I must.
All right.
So yes, and I'm actually watching Antoine playing his 35 and up basketball league
Nice.
tonight. So
Why do I not know
I
about
was going to
that?
tell you about it. Like literally, he is on a 35 and up team every
Fieldhouse?
Friday night.
Fieldhouse?
No, I forgot. You can ask him. I don't know.
Man,
I'm showing
See?
up and showing out.
I
Could be
mean,
the
out
guy
here
shooting the
playing
threes in the corner.
pickleball. There's a 35 and up league.
Yeah, there's a 40 and up league too.
What am I doing?
So yeah, I may slide through there.
Let me know where he
All
playing at. I might slide through.
I'll
my,
text- yeah,
my
I'll
wife's
text
got to
you.
work. She'll be at the restaurant. So
Gringos.
Taqueria, shout out. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Delicious.
I'm about to
Yeah,
drop
no,
some
I'll-
craziness.
I'll text you. He
Got some co-branding coming.
yes.
Yeah, finally.
I gotta slide through there. I need some tacos.
So good. Margaritas.
But yeah, I'll let you know where the game is.
All right,
All right.
cool.
Send it off.
Thank y'all.